Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. So last episode, in case you missed it, I'll catch you up real quick. We did some things other places in the village, but the main things we did was actually all over in this section over here. So we got a gypsy wagon with the merchant stall in, so now the merchant goes and stands in there every single day, which is still super cool to me. We built another smithy, which is slightly bigger than the one we've got over there, which is still not being used as much as that one is, but it doesn't really matter. It looks cool. Oh yeah, there's a two-person home up there. You can see some particles flowing off a villager. And then over here is a brewery, which is entirely pointless and serves no function, but nonetheless looks pretty cool. So yes, that was last episode. Today I would like to get some more villagers, increase the population of Mecklen's Vale, because why not? There's no reason why I'm doing it. I would just kind of like some more villagers running around. As if we didn't already have enough, I want some more. So we're going to be building lots of houses today, but before we get started on that, I would like to add another door to the storage room because it can get really crowded around here, which is a bit nuts if I'm trying to like get in to look in the chests, which is, yeah, I do that fairly frequently, so I would like to somehow add another door in. I'm not even sure if it's going to be possible, but I'm going to see what I can do. It works! Fantastic! Does it look the best? Maybe. There used to just be a giant window here, but I got rid of these 6 glass panes here and instead have placed the door down, and our cleric Kale here is demonstrating it very nicely, so hopefully this is going to reduce the traffic of all of them coming in through this door. It's just turning daytime, so I guess I'll actually be able to see in just a little bit. But yeah, that's a sort of thing that I've been meaning to do for ages now, because literally when they're all squirming around here and I have to try and fight my way through and then open the door, it is, yeah, quite the pain in the behind. Here comes our army of villagers ready to test out the new door function. I'm quite interested to see how many take the back entrance, how many take the front entrance. This looks quite an even... Oh, lots of overcrowding. That's usual though, nothing to worry about there. Yeah, that seems to be quite an even split. I'm kind of amazed. I really thought none of them would take notice of this one. That could have been though most of them, because most of them came from over there, which is probably closer to this door. That could have been why, but nonetheless, hopefully that is a good improvement. Anyway, now that we've got that minute task out of the way, time to move on to some bigger things, which is going to be some homes for our new villagers. And the first thing we're going to do isn't actually going to require any exterior building. We're heading over to our 6-person home over here, and we're actually going to utilize the upper levels of this and place another 6-person home above it. It's not going to quite compete with the big 18-person Goliath of a house, which holds just beds upon beds upon beds, but we are going to have obviously 12 beds in total. Now, when it comes to building, usually I would plan it all out in creative mode first, mainly as a time saver. I would take months to get out episodes probably if I built everything straight in survival, but this one I haven't planned out because I don't really know how to, so I'm sort of just gonna freehand this and see what I can come up with. I'm thinking I'm gonna do the staircase over here somewhere and just get rid of this little seating area. Seems reasonable, right? We should be able to do it. Let's see how this goes. Are you ready for something truly extraordinary, unimaginable, something I have never done before in the history of my channel? Well, I probably have, but anyway, this is a progress update. Don't usually do these, purely because I think if I'm going to do a build, I may as well just do it all and then show you it afterwards. But hey, we'll switch it up for today, why not? I'll show you what I've done so far, which is the downstairs. As you can see, the staircase fits nicely into the corner. I had a big blank wall here, so I've just put a painting design. I was going to put a window, but I think I might do the upstairs instead. And then the ceiling design, I don't like anywhere near as much as the old ceiling design, mainly because it was higher up and looked a lot better, but I think this is okay. Plus, if we go up the staircase, which I've gone ahead and done, looks pretty cool for a floor design too. So yeah, now I need to figure out, actually I'm going to have to get rid, this floor design isn't going to work, is it? Oh wait, no, this is half slabs, I can just get rid of these. Okay, there we go, yeah, this will work. The interior is now all done and I will show you in just a second, but the first thing we need to do is actually purchase the 6-person home. So I worked out in the total of today's episode, the amount of beds we're going to have is actually 18 more, so hopefully this should be enough to cover all the purchases we make in today's episode. I'm sure it will be. If not, I can always trade a bit more. I haven't traded in like so many days just because I don't need to anymore, but we need 8 blocks of emeralds because that is how much a 6-person home is at the moment. I'm sure it will probably go up again once I make this purchase, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. There we go. 6-person home. Have you increased the price? I am rather curious actually. You have not. Cool. I rarely check my villagers' stats anymore, and it's been quite some time since I've done that. Oh no, farmer's taken damage. Hopefully that's just from falling. But I just clicked on this person right here, Madison, and she's been around for a while. I recognize that name. So she must have been one of the earlier ones, but she's a 100-level rancher, so I wonder how many 100-leveled villagers we have by now. I would imagine it's quite a few, because if she's a rancher, she would have only been around for about half of the time, so I'm wondering if we've got like quite a few 100 levels. I mean, this person's 60, but she's fairly new. What are you? I think you're new, so you're probably not too good. 45. You've been around for ages, Jarrus. What level are you? 86. See? Yeah, they're getting up there. You must have been the one to take full damage. Anyway, I'm getting distracted with levels of villagers. Let's go put our 6-person home in place. There we go. Nice and shiny. And I'll show you what I've done up here, which isn't an awful lot. I didn't have loads of room to place a bunch of things. Plus we've got windows all over the wall, which looks great from the outside, but makes interior decorating really difficult because you can't have anything going up the walls and you don't want it connecting to the glass, so you kind of end up with these really symmetrical looking interior designed builds, but nothing wrong with that really. This is TekTopia. We've got beds and chairs. That's all they really need. Now we've got room for 6 more villagers that I could spawn in, but I'm not actually going to do that just yet, mainly because I haven't thought what profession I'm going to give them, so going to hold off doing that for the moment and instead go ahead and build the next home, which is actually going to be just outside this window. I'm thinking on the rocks here. I have some exciting news to tell you all, possibly more so for me than for you guys, but I would say this affects us both positively. I am finally getting a new computer. I am well overdue an upgrade. I have had my potato of a PC for an embarrassing amount of time. I don't really want to say, but I will, just to show off how much of a trooper it has been. 8 years, which is a long time considering I use my computer every day for several hours. But PCs are expensive, so I've been putting it off for quite some time, but figured I'd just go ahead and do it. So I picked out all the parts myself. I'm just waiting to go down to my local computer business place and they're gonna sort of make sure I haven't done anything stupid, which is entirely possible, and they're gonna build it for me because I don't want to mess anything up and I don't really know much about building PCs, so gonna let them do it. So hopefully, actually by the time this episode comes out I might actually already have it or getting it sometime soon. I've pre-recorded this episode and the last episode quite a lot in advance, more so than I usually would do, just in case anything goes wrong and I don't have a computer for some time. But yeah, so hopefully sometime soon we should be getting 60 FPS videos, smoother videos, no more random lag spikes or just choppiness. It's all very exciting and I can play other games, not that I really have much time to do that. We can use shaders if we ever want to, load more mod packs that can actually be able to be ran on my computer. So yeah, it's all very exciting stuff. So this is our new 6-person... Hang on, somebody is interrupting me here. Excuse me, sir. You are... Oh, I really need that new computer. You feel that lag spike? I sure did. Anyway, yeah, so let's place this down in our new 6-person home. It's quite different to the rest of them, actually. It's a bit unique. It's got more shape about it instead of just being a straight up rectangle like most of my houses seem to be. But I have done the interior, which is very bland because there are actually only 73 floor spaces in here and a 6-person home needs 72. So obviously the beds and the chairs don't count as taking up floor tiles, but if I was to place more than that block on the floor, it would be become overcrowded and the villagers would not be too fond of that. So Yeah, it's a little empty in here, but I don't really mind that much. We have got some nice paintings on the wall to make up for it. I have just found some cool stuff in the storage room here. So all of these 4 things are actually villager items, and as you can see, they've all got mending on, which is really cool, and I'm totally gonna nab for myself and not let them have it. As you can see, it's a villager item because of the green text, not yellow, as I keep confusing it. But yeah, this is kind of cool. I wonder how much stuff I've missed out on in the past by just not looking at all of these things. Like, there's some good stuff in here. Like, I would use that, but I don't really need it. I'm just kind of taking the mending stuff for myself. They got plenty of tools. They don't need the mending things. I don't even know if that's actually any use to them. There we go. I am all kitted out in my new mending gear. Well, actually just a helmet and pickaxe. I don't use a sword and I only need 1 pickaxe. So yeah, kind of kitted out, I guess. I've also renamed my tools to something that's sort of a little reference to a certain animated TV show, so I'll let you guys guess that in the comments. We've got Meclan's Axo, Pico, Shovelo, and Bow. Yes. Anyway, we're going to take a little break from building houses and return to that later. I've got 2 more in mind that I'd like to build over there, but yeah, let's go do something else for a little while. And I think what I would like to do now is spawn some of the children in, the whole 18 I think we're going to need, I worked it out to be. And I'd like some of them to be lumberjacks. The only issue is this tree farm can't really be expanded anymore, and as you can tell it's already quite chopped down, so if I was to hire any more lumberjacks, some of them would not have much of a job to do. I suppose I could actually expand it a little bit over this way. I don't know, I have to see, but for right now what I think I'm going to do, if I can figure out how, is actually sort of make a pathway going across this little bit of land, and then I'm going to have to add in some extra dirt around here, allowing them to get up to this point here, then have a pathway going up to the top of the mountain, and I'll have to flatten all that out at the top there, and basically place in another one of these fenced off areas at the top. It's a little bit of a trek to go just to chop a tree, but yeah, we kind of need some more, and I'm running out of space for big things like this. With all these sheep around, it's kind of making me wish I did these as animal pens. Not that we need animals at all, but it would look kind of cool having the cows, sheep, chicken and pigs in each quadrant. But no, we've got trees because I actually somewhat need trees. Not really, but I have like slightly less logs than I do everything else, and probably not enough to trade with the merchant every single day, so hopefully this will rack up production a little bit. I've placed in the saplings, as you can see. I've got I think 7 in each one of these, with a little bit more with jungle because it's a bit of a bigger area. I haven't done them in any order. I thought it would look kind of weird if I did that since the fence isn't symmetrical or anything, so yeah, I think this looks quite good. The terraforming actually turned out okay. I really did not think it would. I just spam dirt everywhere when I do that sort of terraforming and hope for the best. But yeah, I'd say it looks kind of natural, wouldn't you? Fingers crossed. Now the next question is whether they're actually going to come all the way up here to chop trees. They probably won't at the moment just because those are so much easier to get to, but when we do have some more lumberjacks, when those become empty, hopefully some will come up here. If they don't, it's not really the end of the world. I'm quite happy with how this looks. May just replace it with something else up here instead of a tree farm that won't get used. But anyway, I have gone ahead and spawned in 6 children. I don't think they would have grown up yet, but we need to go have a think of what profession to make them. So I'm thinking I would actually quite like 2 more lumberjacks for now. We might hire some more later, just depending on how they keep up with trees. Hello. And then 4 more farmers. Now, we already have a lot of farmers, like a good... I said this a few episodes ago, but about 50% of our village now I think is actually farmers, but I had a comment from Mr. Gopnik who basically pointed out that that makes perfect sense because in medieval times, or whatever era we're building in right now, somewhere around there, in societies like this, most of the villagers would in fact be farmers, so there's a cool bit of realism we've unintentionally added. But yeah, let's go by the tokens. So what did I say? Have you 2 combined again? You keep doing that. Strange fellers. Anyway, that's the wrong one. We need you. We should have enough emeralds here. So these are the 2 cheap ones that we're actually buying. So 2 lumberjacks, that's absolutely fine. 20 emeralds, no problemo. And 40 emeralds. I can do mathematics. There we go. I feel like I don't show off the school enough, mainly because it's very rarely that it actually gets used and I come in here when I'm recording. But yeah, it's been a while now that our teacher has been... Oh, she's not level 100. Oh wait, no, that was 100 intelligence. Yeah, she was the first to reach 100 intelligence and she is ever so close to reaching 100 as her teacher level. And yeah, I think she's got like plenty of books in the storage. So the children actually get intelligence very quickly. They're not that old, I would say maybe 2 days. So yeah, they're doing pretty good. But I figured I'd update you on how our education system is running because I don't think I've done that since we've built this thing. Oh, school must be out for the day. I'm just going to wait for these guys to grow up into nitwits and then give them the tokens off camera because you guys don't really need to see me give a villager a profession every single time I do it, so we'll skip it this time. But I thought we'd head back over here and carry on with the building. So what I've got in mind now is actually 2 little homes to go in this open area here, which now that I'm looking at it from this angle, is actually quite a big area, so possibly even 3. Not that I have 3 designed, but we're just going to do 1 for now, basically. I'm probably going to need to start clearing this dirt out. I will not do that right now, otherwise I will probably burst your eardrums with how loud dirt breaking is. But yes, anyway, let's get building on one of these houses that I've designed. On second thoughts, now that I've built this house, I realise we may just have to stick with the 2 of them. I don't think there's going to be room for 3, although we have got that bit of land behind this house, but it's got the cool piece of overhang that I kind of want to utilise somehow. I'm just not sure what with yet. A house may not be the right decision though, but anyway, I say this every time we build 2-person homes, but I just really like building the smaller houses. They just have a really nice feel to them and they're all cozy when you get the inside done, and I'm really excited to show you the one that we're going to build beside it. It's not amazing, don't get your hopes up that much, but yeah, I definitely prefer it to the one we're building now. No offense to this little one, I still love it, but yeah, quite excited for the next one. I didn't really give you the best of views in that time lapse, so in case you are curious, here is what the back looks like. Not as nice as the front or the sides, hence why it's at the back, but yeah, this is the house. I have done the inside and placed in our 2-person home, so they're all lit up yellow, ready for some villagers to be placed in. I could decorate this one a little bit more. We had some more floor space to mess around with some stuff, hence why we've got the carpets and tables and drawers and everything. So yeah, I probably should actually place some of my lighting blocks in here, though it's very dark. We will build that other house I mentioned about in the time-lapse, but I figured we'd take a little break again from building homes and instead build something else. So I've got an idea for something to build down here as well as up here. So I guess I will do that and show you. They're only very small things, but I think they should be nice additions to the village. As I said, very small builds. We have the world's puniest looking well down there. I didn't really want to go too over the top with it and make it look all extravagant, but I think I made it look a little bit boring just doing that, so I may improve that at some point in the future. It does look a little bit better from the ground, I will give it that, as well as a statue design that you guys have probably seen at some point in your Minecraft playing time. These are very popular. I don't actually know who came up with them, otherwise I would give credit, but they're like the main thing that comes up when you type in Minecraft statues on Google, but I just like them too much to not use, and I'm not really somebody who can build a statue and make it look good. If I was to do my own, it would probably look terrible and ruin that part of the village, hence why I'm using this one. I've used them in the past, and yeah, I just really like them. There's like multiple things you can do, but we've gone with the one carrying the log to like represent the hard-working villagers of Mecklen's Vale. So yeah, two very little builds, but I quite like them. Just really quickly, I have made one tiny little change with the well here. I've exchanged these fence gates and fence posts out with dark oak instead of spruce, which I think looks slightly better. Still not perfect, but yeah, I'm going to leave it like that for a while. But anyway, let's... Uh-oh. Let's not go build the two-person home. Let's instead fight this. I'm probably just going to kill it instead of going through the whole ordeal of having the villagers like trying to drag it over to the guards to fight it. Plus it's daytime, and once again I haven't done a backup in a while, so I don't really want everybody to die. It always comes at the worst time. Alright, let me go find this thing. Okay, so I wasn't recording any of that. Basically, I am having trouble killing him. Maybe it's for the best I wasn't recording, because this lag is absolutely horrible. I'm sorry about this. The new computer is soon, I promise. I can't kill him. I don't know what's going on. He might have a protective shield of some sort, so just gonna do what I did last time and take everybody out, but I'm not gonna record because, as you can see, we are about 10 frames a second, and this is just nasty to watch. There we go. Okay. Everybody's calmed down now. 20 emeralds. Not bad. The frames are coming back up slowly. Up to 20. Wow. I cannot wait for this new PC. Anyways, now that we've gotten rid of the necromancer, we can continue on with our building, which is actually a 4-person home instead of a 2-person home, as I've been saying this entire episode. It's a 2-story building with a 2-person home at the bottom and a 2-person home at the top. And this building got very, very close to colliding with the 18-person home beside it. There's a point where the two of them are like a half a block gap away from each other from making contact, and I couldn't move it any more over to the right because then it would be literally side by side with that other 2-person home we just built. So it tucks in quite nicely in the middle there, at least, just about. And I know I say this every time I do a build, at least that's what it seems like, but I think this is my new favorite building in the village. It's got everything I like about a build. It's got every type of block we're using here: the stone, the terracotta, the dark oak, and the spruce. I love 2-story buildings, I love small little homes, and it's also got the singular log that struts out into a double log. I don't really know why, but I really love the homes when I design them like that. As well as the roof is a bit of a unique design. I don't think, I may be wrong in saying this, but I don't think I've used fence posts as a roof design or within the roof. So that adds a little bit of uniqueness I also quite enjoy. So yeah, I think I might settle on this being my favourite build. Having said that, I'm sure I'll probably change it next week. But I'm curious, have you guys got a favourite build in the village? I don't know how well you will remember all of the builds, but if you have a favourite, please let me know in the comments. I'm very interested in what it would be. Something else I quite like about this build, which I forgot to mention in the time-lapse, was the bridge around the back here. I haven't really added any detail, unless you want to count these upside down stairs here to look like some extra support, but yeah, I don't think there's another home in the village that has a bridge integrated into part of the design. I've gone ahead and purchased our 2-person tokens already, and the inside isn't too exciting. This is my favorite home exterior wise. I don't know what my favorite one interior wise is, but yeah, not this one. It's fairly bland, but there's a little bit going on. Some bookshelves, plant pots, we got a chandelier here, very chunky chandelier, chairs, beds, shelves, the usual, you know the drill. And the downstairs is pretty much the same, I think, except maybe it's got some paintings in. I can't really remember. Yeah, same bookshelf, some paintings, and the beds are in a different position. Oh, and I've done this upside down stair design here, which is something I did in the blacksmith, I think. It just makes it look like there's these beams going across holding the upper level in. So there's a little tip for you if you want to steal that for yourself, feel free. I'm sure I'm not the only person to think of that. But yeah, 2-person home, 2-person home, 6-person home. Oh, and that one we did around there. Forgot about you. Sorry. But obviously we spawned in those 6 villagers a little while ago. I now have, how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 12 more villagers to think of professions for. So the only profession I really need more of, just in time, Grafero, is another enchanter. This guy right here, Grafero Umbermore, a wonderful name, is our only enchanter in the village, and as you can see, he's got a lot on his plate. He's like filled up with armor and tools and weapons just waiting to enchant. I know he's blessed at the moment, but he is actually level 100, so he's been doing lots of good work, but he could probably use an assistant, shall we say. So I'm definitely going to hire another enchanter, possibly 2 of them. I'll see how one gets on. But as far as everybody else is, the rest of the 11, I didn't really know what to give them. We could possibly have some more druids, maybe a couple more clerics, and then I'll probably just give the rest to farmers, miners, and lumberjacks. Having said that, the lumberjacks haven't touched the top of the trees up there. I actually haven't kept a close eye on them since I spawned them in, so I don't actually know whether they're going up there. Maybe I'll do that today and check that they're actually using it, because I have no idea. I don't actually think they have been up here to chop these trees down. It all looks fairly untouched. As you can see, all the trees are fully grown, there's no floating leaves about. So yeah, I don't really know why that is. Hopefully it's a case of they're just choosing to go to these trees down here, because there seems to be always some sort of tree there. And not a case of they can't pathfind this high up. I don't know why they couldn't. Maybe it just means hiring a few more lumberjacks. It's now time for my new favourite segment of the episode, Meet the Villagers. All of our children have grown up into nitwits, been given professions, and are ready to be met. So let's meet them. First of all, we have Amy Pham, who is a farmer, Berthold Hayward, another farmer, Brody Drumwind, a cleric, Daniel Talandro, my apologies Daniel, a miner, Del Varzand, another miner, Demi Kelmore, a lumberjack, Jalen Danemark, a druid, Kashmir Hardy, another farmer, Megan Scholfer, the second lumberjack, Morgan Croft, our other enchanter, Phoebe Silvergraft, a farmer, and Reynard Danemark, another druid, who just so happens to be the other druid, Jalen Danemark's brother, that's the one. Yeah, quite a coincidence, didn't mean for that to happen, but yeah, so the Danemarks are now druids, both brother and sister. That could be them right now, who knows? But yeah, just so I do it that way and save you a bit of time instead of me going around doing them all individually, one by one. So yes, you've met the villagers, and we actually now have 82 villagers in total in this entire place. It doesn't look like it. Like, I know there's a lot walking around, but I would not have guessed 82. I would have guessed somewhere like between 40 and 50, but no, 82 of the guys. That's quite a lot. There is just one last thing I have to do in today's episode, and that is give this guy right here a name. So in episode 10 I asked you guys for some name suggestions for this little pooch here, and I got loads, like a lot. But there was one that really stuck out to me from Christiana, and yeah, so this guy's name is Harry Potter, because he's under the staircase like Harry Potter was. Admittedly he's outside, but yeah, he's getting the Harry Potter treatment, but a little better than poor old Potter, because he is Porter. So good. I actually had a couple people mention about the Harry Potter, but no one else had the Porter idea. So yeah, I really like that. Okay, I lied. That was the second last thing we had to do in today's episode. We are going to go do the final thing now. Hey everybody, how you doing? Sleeping away the night? Good job. I went to the jungle and got ourselves a kitty. He was sat on the chest outside the fishing hut here, who I'm sure is eating all the fish. So I actually had another name suggestion for the dog over there, which I actually really like this name. I think it's because of Gravity Falls why I like it so much. But this cat is going to be called Mabel, and oh, are you now sat down? I don't know, you should stay there maybe. Yeah, I really like the name Mabel. This was a suggestion from Oatmelio the Great. I really like your name as well. Maybe I should have called him Oatmelio. But yeah, Mabel the kitty, sat on the chest here with a bunch of fish inside. Not that I can see, there's nothing in there anyway. But yeah, so, Mabel and Harry Potter. You two okay? You look like you are stuck. It's probably the trapdoors messing you up. Yep, there we go. Okay, I've never seen this before. They get stuck on trapdoors sometimes, but it never causes this much of an issue. I don't know how to say that name. You, are you okay? Do you need help? Do I need to break this? Maybe break that? I don't want to hit you. There you go, you're free. You're welcome. I wonder how many of them get stuck here that often. I have never seen it that bad. Usually they'll like hop up and down on here trying to walk on top, but yeah, never usually get stuck like that. Maybe there's just trapped villagers all over the place here and I have no idea. But anyway guys, thank you for the salute with the sword in the hand. Nice. We are going to end off the episode today. Not last episode, next episode may actually be the final one in this village. I think I might be able to get everything done next episode, but no promises. It could end up being the penultimate. I don't really know yet. I haven't got a plan in mind. But for now, we're going to end it here. So thank you guys ever so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.